Hey, there's the music. That means it's time for Animal Talk. Some of the best doggone pet people on the planet helping you with your pet, one pooch at a time. It's America's Pet Show, Animal Talk. Thanks for being with us. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all those podcast things in all the podcast places. We truly appreciate you coming around. AnimalTalkRadio.com is the website, and of course WearingFunny.com if you're looking for some gear, some pet parent gear, some funny t-shirts. They're all there. They're available for you. Appreciate our sponsor, WearingFunny.com. Great place. Go check them out. And for your pet help and information, you're in the right spot. We're going to help you out. We have years and years of animal calls and emails and interviews, and we're sharing them all with you on these Animal Talk Rewinds. Now, Animal Talk, it is for entertainment purposes only, so make sure you check with your local veterinarian, your local trainer, if you have any issues coming up, and we're here to help. Our professionals always got great ideas, too, so here we go, having a little bit of fun. It's Animal Talk.
Sitting across from me,
I'm Dr. Brad Davis. I'm here to answer any veterinary questions you might have.
and next to me,
Donna Blummel, and I'm here to answer training questions.
because the positioning is very important. And my name's Jamie, and I'm just trying to make sure everybody has a good time.
He's the Fonzie of radio.
And that's going to end up on a T-shirt someday, I can tell. We're going to help you with your pets. We have a couple things we wanted to talk about. We're going to play a game this hour. We're going to play a fact or fiction, talk about some craziness going on at the Detroit Zoo. And we're going to talk to Kathy first. Kathy's in Fargo. Kathy, welcome to Animal Talk.
Yes, good evening. I have a little bit of input on getting an aged dog to eat a little bit better.
Oh, okay. Do you have an aged pup?
I did. The one I have now is currently 4, and he'll eat anything in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So you had a dog for a long time, and she had some trouble towards the end?
Yeah, I had a 16-year-old schnauzer that went off her feet.
Yeah.
And frankly, that really soft dog food stunk to high heavens. She turned up her nose, and we thought, well, that's the end.
Right.
And our vet suggested that we feed her, for lack of a better word, people food. Not table scraps, but we started cooking up ground turkey and lean ground beef and sometimes rice. We soaked her kibble in hot water and mixed the kibble in with cooked veggies, green beans or carrots, a tablespoon of low-fat cottage cheese occasionally, a tablespoon of peanut butter once in a while.
Right.
She thrived, and her coat got beautiful, and we didn't have any problem feeding her. But like all people, she was bored with eating nasty stuff.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's the point of being, if an older animal, I always say I'd rather them eat something than nothing, and certainly what you were feeding was good stuff. That's what we were talking about with the collar. The collar previously said our older dog wasn't eating, but the kids were feeding the dog part of their meal, and chances are it wasn't as good as what you're saying we're feeding. And so that's why you can make a very good diet, and that's the time also when you supplement with vitamins, because you're not getting all the nutrients they need. But again, there's nothing wrong with that at that point. But, it's just something, as you say, your vet suggested it, and I've suggested that more than once myself. Right. But, there's nothing wrong with it. But it's not something you just want to say, you know what I'm going to do.
That's not something you're going to start with a 7-year-old dog or a 4-year-old dog. But if you get a dog that's 12, 16, 18, and your vet is like, hey, maybe this is a route to take, then, we wouldn't
make them happy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
obviously, you're not going to give them pizza off the table or
not again, no.
But, good food, vitamin E and cod liver and stuff like that.
You got it. Very good.
Thanks so much.
Oh no, thank you.
Wonderful show.
Well, thank you, Kathy. Thanks for your comment. It's very helpful. And she came back for that. What a nice.
That's nice.
What a love. I like having Kathy around. But in the meantime,
fact or fiction, you decide.
And the little game we like to call Fact or Fiction. Dr. Brad, how exactly does this play out?
We're going to have 3 facts. 2 of those facts are false. 1 of those facts is true. If you're the first one to call in and you tell us on the air which is the true fact, you win a fabulous prize.
All right. Donna, ladies first.
Okay, fact 1. A Tacoma, Washington man has been mating Chinese crested dogs with Dalmatian beagle crosses and calling the offspring bald deagles.
Oh, Lord.
Labradoodle?
Yeah,
Bald beagle, it rolls off the tongue.
I swear. All right, fact number 2. On her 38th birthday, recently divorced Hallie Berry spent a girl's beauty day with both her and her dog Eloise, being pampered at Shoye Spa. Is that it? Shoye Spa in L.A.
Okay, and fact number 3, a blue sea star that's regrown an entire body from one tentacle is called a comet.
All right, 3 facts. 2 of those are false. 1 is true. You tell us a true fact, and you can win a fabulous prize for you and your pet. It's like Larry in Minneapolis. Larry, welcome to Animal Talk.
Thank you. I was wondering, we were considering getting a little dog, and the 3 that we were considering, we were wondering if you could give us any experience that you have as to which might make a better pet or the difference between these 3.
All right, now who's the pet for? Is it for you and who?
It's for me, and then I have a daughter too, and she kind of likes these 3. And
Okay, how old's your daughter?
she's 9.
Okay, so, all right, so 9, going to school, and you, are you working or are you home?
I happen to be home, yes.
Okay, all right, so what are the 3 dogs you're looking at?
The pug,
Mm-hmm.
the Boston Terrier,
Okay.
and the French Bulldog.
Okay.
Oh, man.
They're 3 great dogs.
Yeah, I know. You couldn't go wrong with any of them.
Get one of each, Larry.
Yeah.
I swear to you, when you said pug first, I said pug. We're done. We pug.
Yeah.
And then you said Boston. I said, well, Boston or pug. Either way, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then you said the third one, and I'm like, these are all great
They're
dogs.
all great dogs.
Yeah.
Frenchies are just so cute. I adore that. These are 3 of my favorite breeds of dogs.
Wonderful.
And
Right.
you couldn't go wrong with either of these 3. So at this point, I guess it would say,
I would go with the child. I would probably go, if I had to choose from the 3, if I had to make a decision of those 3, I would go with the pug, simply because the pugs tend to be just a little more outgoing personality-wise, and with a 9-year-old, we might be need more activity.
See, I feel that way about the Bostons, though. I think Bostons are extremely outgoing as well.
Yeah.
So, and Frenchies. I mean, they're the 3 great breeds. You couldn't have picked 3 better breeds, really. I mean,
Well done. Look at that.
Yeah, good job.
We're waiting for something like Chow or Akita. No, wonderful. Well chosen.
Yeah, they're all very, very good dogs.
Which way are you leaning, Larry?
Well, I know now these French Bulldogs, I think, are very expensive, and really money's not an issue. But
Okay.
I had seen something to the effect that since they're kind of a dwarf breed, that they might have some health issues around the fact that they're, considered sort of a dwarf.
Well, I've seen a number of them, and I haven't had any problem with them, to be honest with you. I haven't. Now that doesn't mean that they're all going to be okay. Certainly, there's going to be some health problems with each of these breeds. But to be honest, I think though you are going to find they're more expensive. I think they're going to be the most expensive of those 3
Out of
dogs
the 3.
because they are more rare. And but the other 2 are going to be very, very. They're going to be relatively cost effective. This would be a great thing to go to a dog show for. It is to meet the parents of these dogs, see these different breeds in action, talk to the people who the breeders, and meet their parents, see what they're going to be like, because you're not going to go wrong. You made great choices.
Yeah.
Larry, let us know what you end up with, and when you get the pup in the house, let us know, and we'll give you some puppy tips when you get the dog in the house. Thanks for the call. We have the Fact or Fiction hanging out there, and we have Rick in Iowa who wanted to take a shot at the Fact or Fiction. Rick, welcome to Animal Talk.
Hey, I think...
Okay, hang on, Rick. We're going to recap these because, we get some new listeners rolling in here and there. So the Fact or Fiction, we have 3 facts. 2 of them are false. 1 is true. We're going to recap those for you really quick. Fact number 1.
A Tacoma, Washington man has been mating Chinese crested dogs with Dalmatian beagle crosses and calling the offspring bald beagles.
Oh, my. All right. Fact number 2. On her 38th birthday, recently divorced Hallie Berry spent a girl's day at the beauty spa with both her and her dog, Eloise, being pampered at Shoye Spa in L.A.
And fact number 3, a blue sea star that's regrown an entire body from one tentacle is called a comet.
All right. Which one of those facts is true there, Rick?
I was going with number 2.
Fact number 2?
Yes, sir.
Nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I'm sorry, Rick. That is not correct. So one of those other fake facts are true.
Thank you very much.
We're down to a 50-50. Did you have a comment about something, or we have another Rick on the line? All right, never mind. All right.
Wow.
I was confused. I have two Ricks here. Okay, we have Rick in Iowa as well. Rick, you have a comment on a lab?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Rick, what's up?
I've raised labs for 35 years.
Okay.
But the biggest mistake people make is they don't run them into the ground.
What do you mean, Rick?
I mean run them. I mean exercise them.
That's why you see those coffee table-looking dogs, right?
Yeah.
They don't get enough
Yeah.
exercise.
Take them out, take a bone. I don't care if it's a T-bone, ham hock, whatever it is. Throw it. Do whatever it is.
It can be said for your kids as well, Rick. You really got to exercise them. You do. You got to get them out back and give them a good running.
That's good. I like that.
You know, I wanted to ask a lab person because I watched the Westminster Dog Show on the TV, and they have the Labrador on there. And to me, I always think of labs as being slender, athletic dogs.
No.
And they're getting bigger and bulkier and huger.
No.
What do you think of that?
Look at a chocolate lab.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a friend from St. Louis, Missouri. It's got a dog make a Rottweiler look like a pup.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they do. They look like Rottweilers without points, a lot of them. They really do.
And a lab, a big lab, I love chocolate labs.
Uh-huh.
And if you people will take and work a lab like it should be, they'll break your legs when they hit you. when they come to retrieve.
There you go.
So they need plenty of exercise. Yeah, because a lot of people and it's just Michigan, where we broadcast from, the people in Michigan, we're in Detroit. But
really?
It's they're we're the weightiest state around. We've dropped to number 2 or 3 this year. But
Texas, I think, holds
but the same thing's true with people's dogs. Dogs are getting more. There's more and more obesity in dogs. Dogs are just not getting the exercise they need. And people think labs, they're just the lay around dogs. They really need to be run. They really do.
No. You take your lab, you throw. You know what a boomerang is that won't come back?
Yeah, it's called a stick.
Well, use a stick.
There you go. And then let the dog do the boomerang work.
Make the pup come back, bring him back to you.
There you go.
Make him work.
You have some purebred labs?
Yes, I do. I have lad and lady.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever watched ESPN? There's some of my breeds.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Excellent. That is awesome, Rick. So how many pups do you end up with a year?
6.
6?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. So you're not flooding the market with them. That's good.
Huh?
You're not flooding the market with them. That's good.
No.
That's excellent.
I only do 6. Lady only has 6 a day.
Okay.
A year.
Now, a day.
Yeah. All right, Rick. Well, thanks so much for the call.
Hey, you guys, thanks a lot for your help with the puppies.
No problem. No problem. Thanks for the call. So I love when people have comments like that. Add to the show.
I got to say, when I was in Hershey, Pennsylvania, I went to the chocolate lab there. Amazing the things they're doing with that stuff.
Astounding. All right. Diane, listening on KFAB. Diane, welcome to Animal Talk.
Hi there.
What can we do for you, Diane?
I have a 13-year-old purebred collie who is in otherwise really good health. I mean, she's got some dysplasia in her hips, but not bad. She gets around pretty well. But she, for the past probably 5 years, gets these fatty cysts on her, on her skin. And what they'll do, it's not the ones that just stay under; they erupt.
Mm-hmm.
And no one can help me, either dry them up, figure out what to do. We've had them removed, and of course they just all come back.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's too old; she can't go under anesthesia.
Right.
So, any good clues?
Is this something common in collies, Brad?
It's common. It's common in most breeds of dog.
Okay.
You see this a lot. And what they're not really fatty cysts. What you're seeing is actual cysts themselves.
Okay.
The way to look at it, they're like hair follicles gone wrong. Volcanoes.
Okay.
And they don't really come back after they're removed. It's just that we grow them so quickly that that's why I don't like removing them. You remove 10 of them, and then 2 weeks later, there's 10 different ones there. Or, it's great, but you're not keeping up with what's there. One lady comes in, she wants to remove like 50 of them at a time, and I tell her we do 10 removal every year, and she'll literally count off 10 of them in a drawing of her dog for me to do. She puts a daub of from a bingo dauber to mark the spots the one she wants off. But anyway, we do. But again, is there any way to dry them up? Not really, because they're almost a normal abnormality. It's a tissue that's gone wrong, that's going to continue to go wrong, and you're going to be dealing with a lot. The thing you have to look at is how important is it to you? Is it getting in the way of the dog? Is it hindering the dog? Obviously not a lot of fun to pet, but generally speaking, they'll come to a head. You'll get some explosion that looks like cottage cheese mixed with ketchup, and then they'll go away for a while and then erupt later on. Is that about what you're seeing?
Yeah, but we'll get, probably quarter-size holes in her skin as they erupt.
And that's a problem, but that'll heal up over time because if they don't get infected, you'll be okay. Just keep them clean. But there's no way to stop them. They're just going to keep on coming. It's sort of one of those things that happens as we get a little older. There's really no cure for it, and frankly, I don't think anyone's looking at a way to cure it. So it's just something that you got to deal with. Keep it clean. Keep try to, if you want to get them out quicker, put a little hot compress on there, bring them to a head a little quicker, and then you can express them. You can pop them. It can be just like packing peanuts, except a lot grosser.
Yeah. I say they are disgusting, but they don't seem to bother her at all.
No.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Generally
Thank
speaking,
you.
let them go as best you can. Should be okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Diane. It's Animal Talk. I can smell that smell. And you deal with smells, you deal with ferrets. Typically, because with ferrets and carrots comes smells. Oh, and then there's the real music. Oh, Chris has a question about some ferrets, and I'm going to guess maybe something to do with smells. Maybe not. But, Chris, we're going to help you with your ferrets in just a minute on Animal Talk.
Hey, it's Jamie. I got to hop on in here and remind you about our sponsor, wearingfunny.com. Wearingfunny.com for all your pet parent T-shirt needs. Head on over wearingfunny.com and check out the vast array of amazing, hilarious T-shirts. Thoughtful, cuddly, and cute for you and your kitties and your puppies. And, hey, we take requests. If you have a critter that we don't have represented, let us know. We'll get you connected with just the perfect shirt for you and your critters, showing your love for being the best pet parent you can possibly be. Wearingfunny.com. Back to the show.
It's Animal Talk, and we're playing a little game. It's called Fact or Fiction. I've been knocked out of the running because the person guessed my fact, which was fake. You're looking for the true fact. So we're down to a 50-50. One true, one false. Tell us the true fact, and you win a fabulous prize for you and your pet.
Fact 1, a Tacoma, Washington man has been mating a Chinese crested dog with a Dalmatian beagle cross and calling the offspring bald deagles.
All right.
And fact 2, a blue sea star that's regrown an entire body from one tentacle is called a comet.
Okay. Those are the facts. One true, one false. You let us know, and you win a fabulous prize when you call us. Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? I smell a ferret. Chris, welcome to Animal Talk.
Thank you.
Chris, what's going on with your ferret? Is it a smell problem, or am I just goofing for no reason?
No, it's not an odor problem.
Okay.
We've had a couple of ferrets in the past and kind of got around the odor issue, but...
All right, well, I'm going to ask you about that in a minute, but what do you have going on with your ferret?
I have one that we've had a little bit over a month.
Uh-huh.
We had one for a long time, and he passed away, and we got a new one for the kids. And then we got a second one with the idea that would be, more better for the two of them.
Yeah, have a companion, somebody to hang out with. All right.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
So what's up?
Thus far, the new ferret is a chew toy for the old ferret.
Mm.
And I'm wondering if there's anything
Sounds
we can do.
Sounds like my first marriage, Chris. So how do ferrets, how would Donna do? What is behavior on ferrets? Do they pack? Do they colony? Do they get along? Two ferrets a bad idea? What's up?
No, usually two ferrets together is a good thing, but you do find that one will be more of an alpha personality than another. When you get a passel of ferrets together, it's not unusual. That's not the exact term that they travel in.
A passel?
Yeah, no, that's not the exact term.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to look at what the exact term is, but passel is not it. That's just what I call them. But yeah, they do have a hierarchy, so to speak, just as with anything else, and they are going to be fighting for territory because they are are a territorial critter.
Okay.
So if the older ferret that's there is more laid back and more submissive in its behavior, and this new ferret coming in is saying, "Ooh, I claim this and this and this and this. It's all mine."
Right.
You're going to see a little bit of tussling. Now, are they causing injury or?
Well, we're not keeping them together yet. I've only had the new one 2-3 days.
Okay.
So it's not a long-term deal, but I'm hoping to put them in the same cage at some point, and we're just getting a lot of...
Well, explain for me exactly what's happening.
Well, first of all, the one that we have had for, again, only a month, but is extremely docile with the kids, very, very good. It's gotten a lot of handling in the month that we've had it, and it's getting to be like the ferret that we had before, which was fantastic with kids.
Mm-hmm.
The new one is a little bit more rambunctious, but it's younger. It's about 2 pounds. The one that's we've had for a month is about 4.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that whenever they get together, the normally docile older ferret will not quit biting on the young one, and the young one basically ignores the old one, and as soon as it starts getting chewed on, it runs to me because it thinks that I'm going to keep it from getting eaten.
You have to allow a certain amount of this behavior to take place, because if you interfere with it, then they never sort out, whose territory is whose, and who's going to be the boss of this territory, and they do play rather rough and tumble. When you get a group of them together, they tend to just go crazy after each other and just playing. As long as there's no injury, I would say allow this behavior to happen, because they need to work things out, and eventually you will be able to house them together. But it is something that the ferret, the one that's existed there longer, is claiming this territory and trying to kick this young buck into shape, essentially, is what he's doing. He's saying, "This is mine. I'm going to show you how the world works, because it's my world."
We get a little vocalization, and then, of course, the wife worries about that. But
as long as there's no physical injury, they do need to work this out, because what they're also teaching each other, ferrets also, every species learns inhibited bite. The species that do tend to be more mouthy, dogs, cats, ferrets, they all learn how hard is too hard, how much is too much. And how they learn that is by vocalizing, by there being some sort of retaliation for that unwanted behavior. If you do see it escalate, then I'd say, no, you can't house these two together. But a certain amount of this is going to be considered normal, because the older ferret is trying to show this interloper essentially what's expected.
Now, isn't it the louder it gets, the less chance there is that there's really a problem? It's kind of like a fight in a bar. The louder the two people are being, the less chance they're going to start hitting each other.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So, Chris, I hope that helps you. Now, you said you've had ferrets before, and you've had these guys descented.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you do? Because we've had people ask us, and we don't have tons and tons of firsthand ferret experience. But if you've had them and you've had a lot of success, just keeping the odor down, because, even though they're descented, there's still a little bit of odor that goes with them. Do you bathe them, or what do you do that has worked for you?
Yeah, bathing relatively frequent. You don't want. Apparently, there's some issues if you bathe them real frequently, so we don't bathe them.
Yeah, because they do need some of the oils and the moisture in their fur and skin. Yeah, you don't want to overdo that for sure.
But real clean cage is a big part of it, keeping the cage very clean.
Right.
What type of shampoo are you using? The ferret shampoo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and there's a spray, too, that they have that you put back on them. It has a little...
Ferret off. Well, there you go.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that puts anything back from bathing them, but we generally have done it, and it keeps the odor down pretty good.
Excellent. All right. So, and it's a good responsibility lesson for the kids to be in charge of that and keeping those cages clean, and that's great, Chris. Well, we appreciate the call and hope we helped you out a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
What do they call the ferret shampoo? Is it head without shoulders?
No, that was you've been waiting a while to say that, haven't you?
Wow. He's got like little 3x5 cards back there.
I'm a little quiet time over here.
You put a little check mark in the corner of that one and put it in the back of the box now. Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't remember. There's a couple different ferret shampoos out there. The clinic that I worked at used to carry them, and one of the ones that I'm most familiar with is the Ferret Off for the spray that he was mentioning. We always used the Ferret Off because they do have They do have quite the odor, and there have been some ferrets that would come into the clinic that I would always ask the owners, how did you do that? I can't tell there's a ferret in the building. And then there were other ones that as soon as they walked in the front door, you knew there was a ferret in the building.
I have noticed, though, when people come in with a ferret into the building, before I chase them out. No, just kidding. No, when they come in, that bedding almost always smells bad. It's almost always because they leave it in there for a while, and it seems like they don't change it as often as they should.
Yeah.
So,
hey, when I get to play Leonard Skinner, it's a good day. I don't know. All right. And Chris was very helpful with his ferrets. That was awesome. We have that fact or fiction hanging out there. And 2 facts left, down to a 50-50. One's true, one's false. We got Laura in Nebraska wants to take a shot at this. Laura, welcome to Animal Talk.
Yes, evening.
Laura, okay, we're going to recap these 2 facts for you real quick. The first fact.
A Tacoma, Washington man has been mating Chinese crested dogs with Dalmatian beagle crosses and calling the offspring bald deagles.
And fact 2, a blue sea star that's regrown an entire body from one tentacle is called a comet.
All right. Now, Laura, which is the true fact?
Bald eagle. A bald eagle.
You are a meathead.
No, Laura, I'm so sorry. That is not. The Brad's is correct. Which one was that again?
About the blue sea star.
Blue sea star.
It's called a comet.
Growing back from one tentacle.
From one tentacle.
That's crazy. Yeah. How can it do that?
I will get one on the air and ask them.
All right. But, Laura, thanks so much for the call. Laura, what kind of pets do you have?
I have 7 cats.
7 cats. When does one cross the line and become a cat lady? Is it 8 is the number? Because you don't sound like a cat lady, Laura.
I'm a dog person. My husband's a cat guy.
Really? So
Yes.
It's all on the husband. Do you have any dogs?
I would love to have beagles, but you can't have a big bowl of cat food down because beagles eat till they explode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, that's the thing, too. I don't have, I like dogs, but I have a cat, and I just don't have the yard for it. I have no fence and a very small yard, and then my schedule's insane, so it wouldn't be fair to have a pup. But
Well, I wouldn't be fair to my husband to have a beagle. He would have to go around and clean up after them. And you know how much stuff beagles leave? And, imagine a St. Bernard.
Yeah, ooh, yeah. How many?
You know what, though? Beagles can leave just as big of a mark on the yard.
Yes, they can.
Those bald eagles don't, though.
Yeah. What about, how many cat boxes do you have with 7 cats?
Well, actually, we have 5, but my husband scoops twice a day.
Okay. No, that's good, because a lot of times we say the rule is like at least 1 per cat plus 1. So, but if you're scooping very, very, very often and it's working for you, then yeah, I can imagine that. But you would need at least 5 like that. Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
well, Laura, thanks for the call,
you.
and thanks for letting us pick your brain there for a little bit. Thanks a lot. And we got Randy in South Dakota. Randy, welcome to Animal Talk.
Hello.
Hi, Randy. What can we do for you, sir?
Yeah, I got my dog Jet running over to Elvin.
Okay, you got your dog is named Jet?
Yeah.
And
it's just running to Elvin down, though I can't keep it from running away.
Okay. So you let him out just kind of frolic in the yard, and then he ends up taking off on you?
I don't chain him up, but
that might be your first step there.
We don't have to chain our dogs up around here.
Yeah. Well, unless of course you didn't want them to run away or something like that, Randy.
Well, we're out in the country, and you wouldn't think that it'd run.
Randy, that's what they do.
Yeah. It's dogs love to do it.
I mean, it's just like when you're looking at Congress. You think, he'll never run, but they do, and they get elected.
It's amazing.
So yeah, just about any dog's going to want to run if they get a chance for freedom.
You really have to set boundaries, and
I was wondering if I don't know how it is elsewhere, but we kind of like to give them a little sprinkle with the shotgun. From a distance away, it's not going to hurt them really. But I was wondering if they know there's somebody's territory over there, if they're going to keep going, because that's the only place he goes.
Randy, maybe a shock collar might be a better approach than a shotgun. I'm thinking. Because they have those remote trainers.
I got
they either go in
them,
tandem. It can go in tandem with an invisible fence, or you can just, if you're really watching and paying attention, You can do it with just a remote trainer.
Yeah, you have to be able to show the dog what areas to avoid. And the best way to start that is by having them on a leash and showing them as soon as they enter this area that this is not acceptable by using some sort of corrective device. And usually the remote trainers are the best way to go, or in-ground fence if you want to have a more secure setup. The fence does all the work for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I got one of them collars, but I mean that I don't have the fence or whatever it is, but I got the collar, and that's.
Yeah, so take some time training him and
let him know the inappropriate areas.
Work the collar, walk him to the point where you want him to, the invisible boundary you want to set up with him, and then you're really gonna have to watch him and not let him outside several times in a row, where you're taking him to that line and giving him that shock if he crosses it when maybe you're hiding it back in the house looking through the window. And slowly train him that way.
It's going to be a long process, and there is no quick fix to this. When a dog gets it in him to take off and go be, just
because if he gets away with it
trolling around town.
Yep. If he gets away with it once, then you're back to square one with your training. So you may have to rope him down or chain him up until the training's complete and he's really responding well to the boundaries you've set for him. Yes. Besides that, maybe just get him a nice run out there, or a nice. They have stakeouts. They have like trolley kind of lines. There's a lot of things you can do. Keep your dog safe. I mean, and you want to keep your pup safe because there are furry.
There's a lot of dangers out there for a dog on the run.
Yeah, we're gonna help you with your pet. Dave in Nebraska, you're next on Animal Talk. We're gonna help you with your pet. David in Nebraska. David, welcome to Animal Talk.
How's it going tonight?
Pretty good, David.
All right.
David, you ever use a shotgun to train your dog?
No. You might gun train a dog, but you wouldn't use a gun to train a dog.
unless of course, you're the vice president. All right.
Hey now.
All right, David. I don't know. It went off. He was standing in front of the barrel.
I'm about that, but I'm not going to repeat
it. All right, David. What's going on with your dog?
Well, actually, I was wondering if I could guess the fun fact yet, but first we'll talk about the dog.
It's going to be pretty easy because we're down to one.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we had somebody guess at the 50-50, and they got it wrong. So which one did you think was right? Well, let's see which one he thought was right. Which one did you think was right?
The beagle thing.
You are a meathead.
That is not correct.
Well, no. I didn't think that now. I thought that. Yeah, I heard the answer.
All right, there you go. All right, but So it was the one about the tentacle growing into a comet. So, but that was the correct fact. Anyway, David, what's going on with your dog?
I have a wonderful, wonderful black lab. She's maybe 7 now. I've got a couple of small kids and an 11-year-old, so the dog doesn't get bored. And I just wonder at what age and what behavior should I look for to determine that maybe it's time for her to live somewhere where there aren't little kids.
I was going to say, well, when you send her off to college, that'd be great. No, but all right, the dog.
No, some of the things that you might see as the dog becoming behaviors that you've never seen, like if this dog suddenly becomes possessive over food or toys anytime the children enter the room. If you see the dog showing teeth at the children. Now, a lot of times dogs will relate to children as if they're other dogs. And some of those behaviors are your dog's way of showing the puppies how to react appropriately. But it can lead
big dog, little dog pretty regular.
Okay, but it can lead to other things. So I'd watch out for possession issues, food aggression, if the dog starts to show teeth or even snap at the kids. Showing the teeth is usually the first thing that you'll see, because once the teeth showing stops working, that's when the dog will progress into the snapping.
Okay.
Yeah, and David, the thing is, never, ever, 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 ever leave the kids unsupervised with the dog. I mean, under the age of like 13 14 even.
Mm-hmm.
You really shouldn't, because kids, I mean, they're not as bold, and their voices aren't as deep, and the dogs really don't think of them as superiors. Even our little Donna, when she was a littler Donna, she got bit by a dog. I mean, it's astounding. It is astounding the number of kids that are bitten by dogs every year, and mostly family or friends of family's pets. So you have to be absolutely careful about that. But if you're careful, you should be all right. Thanks for the call, David. And, well, boom, we're out of time.
Wow.
The Detroit Zoo, those people are just, the Detroit City Council, a bunch of whack jobs. They need to just figure out what they're doing and let the Detroit Zoological Society take care
over.
of that. We'll try to talk more. But I wanted to get into that, but we're out of time. Everybody, thanks for being with us. Have an exotic week.
And kiss.
You out thing for me.
Thanks for being with us for another episode of Animal Talk. Make sure you do all those podcast things in the podcast places, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We hope you had a little fun along the way. Make sure you head on over to wearingfunny.com. You can grab yourself some gear to show off what a proud pet parent you are. Are you a cool cat mom? Are you a happy doggy daddy? We got all the gear just for you. Hats, shirts, all kinds of swag. Wearingfunny.com. Go check it out and show yourself a little animal pride with Animal Talk. Once again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. Have an exotic week and kiss your wild thing for us.
Bye-bye, boys. Have fun storming the castle. Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle.
Bye-bye.